That is long enough for us to look at whether this judicial aggrandizement has served the country. And I think the lesson is it has not. And that is why I respectfully submit that I think the time has come to review that, to reinterpret that clause without necessitating any constitutional amendment. All we need are tried and tested judicial doctrine. The case in a controversy requirement, the rule on standing, political question doctrine, the rule of primary jurisdiction. Lahat po yan available sa husgado if it wants to define its place within our democratic system.
Ang ibig nyo sabihin na during those times, parang dun sa delineation na yon na because of that expanded jurisdiction, sumobra ang korte doon. Parang naging activist siya. Yun ba yan? Yes or no siguro lang ang answer dito.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can
you cite one case?
Well, sir, the cases that are quite famous. Luzon Petrochemical, Garcia versus Board of Investments, and then of course there's the Manila Prince Hotel case. These are the notorious cases along that line of analysis.
Okay. Yung maliwanag na political question. Meron?
Well, Your Honor, I defied politics in terms of the way the court would push a certain decision toward a desired conclusion. In other words, I call it the manipulation of text.
On the issue naman of yung JDF, di ba? Judiciary Development Fund, at saka yung SAD, Special Allowances for Judges. Matagal-tagal na rin itong mga issues na to, no? Pag ikaw yung, let's say, from the outside, appointed Chief Justice, anong ma-offer mo dito na improve yung system of, let's say, transparency? Ibig sabihin, paano mo nakikita ito bilang minamanage ngayon ng Korte Suprema, itong JDF and SADS? And meron bang pagbabago pag ikaw ay naging Chief Justice?
Well, Your Honor, again, if you look at it in terms of the developments over the years, the JDF, the power to dispose of the JDF was well, actually, strictly speaking, reposed on the Chief Justice. It is just over time that it was expanded to include the collegial participation of the rest of the court. That is where we stand today. And I think that that is a good development which I propose to sustain, and also to sustain the goal of transparency. Because this is a fund that, because of the fiscal autonomy of the court, is beyond reach of the other branches.
Is it being managed well right now, to your opinion? Based on your opinion, is it being managed well?
Well, Your Honor, just based on informal information from conversations with members of the judiciary, I feel that there is a sense that the fund can be managed in such a way that there will be more benefits to
do you know
the
how
lower
much?
ranking.
Do you know how much is this?
No, Your Honor, I'm not.
So hindi mo alam na billions ito.
I am aware that it is that
billions.
big, yes, Your Honor. Well, it was, in fact, the bone of contention in the impeachment of Chief Justice David, and I was amicus counsel in that case. I was designated by the court as amicus counsel.
Okay. Okay, Dean, so, doon tayo sa... Dati kasi, di ba, matagal na kayong hinihirang as nominee. Di ba? Ilang beses na ata, even before pa ako na-appoint dito or na-designate ng Kamara.
Opo.
Tapos sabi si Dean Raul Pangalangan, palagi yan eh. Pero hindi na-appoint yan. Diba? Kahit dito sa kahit Justice, Associate Justice.
Opo.
So, tingin mo may pagbabago ba ngayon na Dean, na let's say, pag nakonbinsi mo kami dito at isa ka sa Lunes, no, July 30, Lunes na umaga, na isa ka dun sa 3 to 5, for example, 3 to 5 na nominees ng JBC. Tingin mo yung pagbabago ngayon na hindi na perennial na hanggang nominee na lang?
Shortlisted
but not appointed.
Yes.
Tingin mo, realistically,
well, Your Honor, the most dramatic difference is the events that brought us here, namely the impeachment of a sitting Chief Justice. Never before happened in Philippine history. And also, my first nominations happened under President Arroyo at that time, a long time ago. I think 10 years ago. And so I think conditions have changed, Your Honor.
So may pag-asa ngayon, tingin mo?
Well, one can hope hope springs eternal, Your Honor. But in fact, Your Honor, just to show you the effect of the impeachment trial, had it not been for that event, no outsider will even be sitting before the Judicial and Bar Council to be considered for this office. No outsider will even have the nerve to accept a nomination if he is nominated, because it's just too much of a burden, of an overwhelming barrier. But because of those events, here we are.
Last question, Your Honor. Ito sa academe kasi, di ba, yung merong perception. Like kayo po, di ba, academe talaga kayo. At parang sinasabi nila sometimes, pag sobra na doon sa field na yon, parang giging out of touch of reality na tayo. Na tayo sa realidad. At pag Chief Justice ka ng Korte Suprema, definitely, dapat talagang alam mo yung reality. Diba? Yung the congestion of
The dockets, yes.
Di lang dockets eh. Yung doon lang yung jail. Lahat yan, talagang bababa ka eh. Personal experience, lahat yan. So, yung paghahanda ba din, paghahanda mo sa sarili mo, with all these years doon ka sa academe, tingin mo magiging sapat ito. Coming na yung Chief Justice, hindi biro ito. Hindi ito madali, hindi ito parang ideas lang lahat, 'di ba? Hindi siya ideas, hindi siya concept, 'di ba? Not just the vision, even if you have the vision, baka hanggang vision lang, but you should implement that. You should make things happen. Kailangan natin ng action dito sa susunod na Chief Justice. Do you think po, do you have it?
I respectfully submit, yes, Your Honor. Because fortunately or unfortunately for me, as a Filipino law professor, I still have to involve myself in the practical problems of day-to-day life. So on 2 points, Your Honor, in terms of practical experience in the law, I was in fact the University General Counsel for a while, and in that capacity I had to handle the loftiest issues on academic freedom before the Supreme Court, to the nitty-gritty of the contracts with security guards, to the discussions with labor unions. So in terms of getting involved in the practical problems of that lawyers face, I have faced them. I am chairman of the Bantay Katarungan. We continue to handle cases before the courts, some of them before the Supreme Court. But, Your Honor, on the second point, well, on the point of administration, of actually running an organization, well, Your Honor, I had 2 terms as dean of a public law school, which means that I'm familiar with all the difficulties of dealing with government procedure and of the bureaucracy, and of the need basically to supervise a whole range of an alphabet soup of committees and organizations, and divide by time and attention among them.
That's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Dean.
Well, thank you, Congressman.
Attorney Cayusa, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Dean.
Good afternoon.
In your presentation at the IBP Forum, you propose the depolitization or the